Hi, my name is Sally and I'm a member of the Friends of the Library and a patron of the South Branch of the library. And today I'm going to show you a way to kind of look at things a different way by making a kaleidoscope. The kaleidoscope that we're going to be making is out of PVC pipe, some other plumbing supplies, and miscellaneous that you might have laying around. And eventually you should be able to take a look and see things in a different light. First thing you want to do is make sure that you got a kit from the South Branch of the library, and it includes a materials list and set of directions. On the directions, it tells you the materials that you need. First of all, you will need 3 plexiglass strips to make the center of the prism that's going to go inside of the kaleidoscope. You will also need an eyepiece cover, an eyepiece, a body made out of PVC pipe, an object container also made out of PVC pipe, an end cap to hold on to stuff in your container, and a lens that will go between the body and the container for your viewing chamber. You also want to have on hand some masking tape, electrical tape, regular tape, markers, and objects that you're going to end up putting into your object container. If you have all those things together, you will also probably need a pair of scissors, and you're ready to get started. To start with, you're going to go through and follow the directions that are on here. I'm going to go through them one at a time. The first thing you want to do is to get your prism ready. To get your prism ready, you are going to take your prism strips, which are plexiglass, and if they have paper on both sides, you're going to remove the paper liner from one side. You're only going to take it off one side because you want that shiny side to act as the mirroring image inside your prism. The back side, which is still covered with paper, will be used to tape. So the next step is to put them into a triangle shape and then tape around the outside of it to hold them in place. It makes a perfect equilateral triangle, and that equilateral triangle is going to get slid down into your tube body. That's one of the steps. Another step that you're going to do is you're going to take the eyepiece cover and the eyepiece. Now the eyepiece is a piece of end cap that has a punch out in the middle of it, and that hole is what you're going to actually look through. And you're going to take your eyepiece cover and put it over the hole, and then using a couple pieces of tape, you're going to tape it onto that surface. When you do that, you just protect your chamber from getting dirt and dust down inside of it. Once you have that assembled, you're going to go ahead and put it inside your tube at one end. Now you have your eyepiece, your tube body, and you can see the prism is inside of there. If you look through it right now, you can look at the world around you and see things, and it's kind of like an environmental kaleidoscope, and you can kind of see what it looks like by glancing through the middle. You'll see several reflections. But we want to actually add objects to ours. So the next step is to make the object container that goes at the bottom end, and you're going to take that smaller piece of PVC, you're going to take the plain end cap that doesn't have a hole in it, and you're going to insert it in the bottom of that. It will snap into place and it won't fall out, which is really nice. Once you do that, you can put your objects inside. Objects are called videnta, and videnta can be anything. Pieces of plastic, twisty straws. This is actually a piece of a kitchen scrubber, some buttons, little colored pieces of plastic, or anything like that. I also have some beads here that could be included. You might have a keepsake that you want to include in yours, like a ring or a charm. You can take plastic cups or recycled cups or something like that, cut it into pieces, shapes that you like, and you're just going to drop them inside your container, your object container. Now I have kind of a mixture in mine. You might like all one thing. A little bit more color is kind of neat, and you're going to get ready to put it onto your body. Before you put it onto your body, you have to put in the lens. The lens is a clear plastic circle. It's going to get attached right now, just held into place in between with a couple small pieces of tape. And that's just to make sure that you can not have it shift when you go to put your object container on. And after that, you're going to take your object container and you're going to put it with the open side towards your lens. Before you finish and attach it, you want to pick it up and say, oh, do I like what I have in there right now? And you can kind of mess around with it, turn it around a little bit. Now this will be a stationary kaleidoscope. If you had a different kind of joint on there instead of a tape joint, you could actually turn it. But for our purpose, we're going to take a piece of masking tape. I'm going to tape it around that end. You could use electrical tape also because it's kind of colorful and bright. I'm ready to look through my kaleidoscope and turn it around. If you don't like what you see, remember you can always take this back off and you can remake your kaleidoscope. And the last thing that you want to do is decorate the outside. Now I already started decorating this by using electrical tape, but you could actually use colored markers, you could use wallpaper strips, you could use ribbon, you could use duct tape, especially if you have a favorite decorated duct tape that kind of matches your room or something like that. And you're ready to sit back and enjoy your kaleidoscope. It's kind of a fun activity, gives you a different look at the world. This is a dull end on here, so it works best if you are aiming it towards a pretty good size light or using it outside in the sunshine. When you're doing your experiments, you can try it inside, try it outside, try it with different things. And it's just a fun project. I hope you enjoy making one. Remember, all the objects that you have can be reused, taken apart, and you can redo it as many times as you want to in order to change what you're looking at. Sit back and enjoy your kaleidoscope. Take another look at the world. That's it.